What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So, this is our live streaming setup. And if you're not familiar with our channel, the Dylan and Leslie channel is just kind of an off-topic channel that we kind of share some of our lifestyle stuff and some of the things we got going. You've seen it, EDC stuff, knife stuff, coffee. You know, we have an RV, so we do a lot of traveling, that kind of stuff. But our big channel is our Dylan Talks Towing channel, which is the guitar-centric channel. And so we've been getting a lot of questions through chats and emails and people in comment sections and stuff. What is your live stream setup? So we do a live podcast every Tuesday at 4 o'clock. That's called the Just Gonna Say It podcast. And that goes out to podcast platforms as well as to YouTube, but we do it live. And then on Thursday nights is a Q&A that we do with viewers, and we have some Patreon features and some stuff like that at our Dylan Talks Tone Patreon. So all those things kind of work together, but we do these two live streams every week. Over the years, we have evolved it. We used to just use a cell phone and an iPad. You know, you can just take your cell phone out and, you know, go live on YouTube, set it up there and do it. But we like it to be a little nicer, a little easier to follow. And so I figured what I would do is I'm actually shooting this video on the camera that I use to do this live stream. And we also use a piece of software that's pretty integral to what we do. So let's just run through the features, all the stuff that we use to do this live stream. Let's start with the camera. I have two cameras, I have two Canons, but I actually like to use my cheaper one because it's easier to set up for live stream stuff. So the Canon EOS R is what I use for live streams. Now the lens is the RF 15 to 35 2.8. That's probably cost more than the body actually, but you can use basically whatever lens you want. I just like it because it's really wide and we have two people. I have this body right now has a 24 to 105 lens on it, which is just a kit lens. It would probably work just fine too. But this lens looks great, so this is what we use, and I use it for all kinds of stuff. On top of the camera is a Sennheiser shotgun mic. Now you can do anything you want for miking, but we like to use shotgun mic because we have two people. The other thing you could use is a wireless setup or whatever and plug it into the camera, but we just like to use that shotgun mic because it's very simple. It's sitting on a tripod. I do have an AC adapter plugged into it, so it's not running on a battery for live streams. It's not running on a battery right now because, you know, you'd wear out a battery over a live stream time period. You do have to set the camera up to not shut off automatically so that, you know, you go into your power stuff and make sure that it stays on the whole time. Other than that, that's basically it. Just set it on eye autofocus and go. You don't have to use record. You don't have to put a card in the camera, anything like that, because you'll see that we're just going through the computer and using it just as basically a webcam. In order to use it as a webcam, we have the Elgato Camlink 4K. Now there's many different ways to interface with the computer. This is just the one I have, and it's been around the longest, so this is what I use. It just goes into the computer, and then we use a piece of software. Before we get to that, one of the things I want to talk about, most important of anything, in my opinion, you can use a cell phone. You can use an iPad as a camera. You can use anything you want. But to me, the most important thing is two things: audio and lighting. If your microphone is good and if your lighting is good, your camera does not have to be expensive. The setup that we have, I've accumulated over many years of doing this, making YouTube videos for the last 10 years. So yes, I have some pretty cool stuff, but you don't need to spend money on any of this. So lighting is the most important. Well, I'll start you with the fill lighting in the back is just some tube lights that I got from Amazon for like 40 bucks a piece. Okay, so that gives you all your colors and stuff. In fact, they have apps and you can change the colors and you can do all the thing. It's literally super sweet and really cheap. The kicker light that I have over here is actually another one of these cheap Amazon tube lights on a cheap Amazon tripod, just holding this light up so that I can have it as a kick light coming this way. And when we have two people, it works really well. You could have two of these cheap lights for 40 bucks a piece, one on each side, and it would fill you very, very nicely. Because I shoot video every day, I have this Amaran. This is an Aperture brand, Amaran 100D, I think. 100X. The reason I like this light is because it's bigger and softer. It's less direct, so the light is not harsh on you. And I also like it because you can change the color temperature. It's also app enabled, so you can change the color temperature and the intensity and all that kind of stuff because we use it for all kinds of things. So if you're going to spend any money on anything, before even a camera, lighting and audio. Okay, now, one of the cool things that we have for this whole setup is the live streaming software. It's called Ecamm Live. It costs me, I think, $39 a month. So this is a little bit of a financial thing, but it helps us to do some things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pretend like I'm live streaming. I'm going to screen record and show you some of the things that this piece of software does. This is not sponsored. They have not talked to me. People have just asked about it. I'm just showing you. I don't make any money off of it. There's no anything. We do have referral links in the video, affiliate links for some of like the lights and camera and gear and stuff. But the software company hasn't called me. I don't have any kind of, I'm just telling you because I think it's cool. Okay, so what you're seeing now and hearing is this is what a live stream would look like. I'm actually running it through the computer. Now, I was going to actually show you some of this live features and stuff, but for some reason, I couldn't screen record and do this all at the same time. So I screenshotted the entire thing, and I'm just going to run through a couple of the things. It looks like our audio is a little hot. So I can actually come up here to my, see in the sound levels box right up here towards the top, I can actually adjust all of my sound levels for my various inputs. So we have some, so like on my podcast, we have sound effects. So we can go over here to the right. That's our super chat sound effect. You can actually upload your own sound effects, like whatever you want. One of the other things that you can do is you can plug in any input that you want. So when we do unboxing videos of guitars and stuff like that, we will use the 18i8 and plug another amp in and be able to play guitar through this at the same time, just toggling between microphones. That works pretty well. Let's see. The other thing that it can do, see over here on the left where it says scenes, so you can set up what cameras and stuff you want to use for what scenes. It's just really, really intuitive. And then the other thing you can do is down here in overlays, there are all kinds. You can play videos within the video. You can do images within the video. Like last night, we were using this lower third for our off-topic hour. This is the one that I use for our Just Gonna Say It podcast. You make those in Canva, like I think this one last night I made in Canva and then just imported it as an image, and it worked pretty awesome. One of the big things that I really like about this, there's all kinds of other things you could do too, but one of the things that I really liked about this is see in the comments and reactions thing over here. Your comments feed will come in from whatever feed is feeding this. Now I'll tell you too that if you set this up right, you can stream to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, I think now. I think all at the same time. I don't have it set up like that because I don't usually do it that well, that many times, many places, but you can if you want. It's really, really awesome. The other thing is there's a lot of adjustability in your cameras and color and all that kind of stuff as well. Also, you can have guests. So there is a way to send someone a link. They don't have to have the software. They just have to have a browser, a webcam, and a microphone. And you send them the link, they click on it, and then you can bring them in and interview them side by side with you. We've done it a bunch of times. I've done it with KDH from Ireland. So and it worked awesome. No delay. It works really, 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 really well. The other thing that you can do is, I could probably do this right now. Where's my phone? Take out your phone, and you can, let's see if this will work. Click to start. Yep. So now I have literally just activated, see on the screen, I have literally just activated, oh here, I can switch cameras to show you. I've just activated my cell phone, and the camera on my cell phone is now a wireless camera. And so as long as your battery works, you can, and you see with the lighting, I mean, it's still a phone, but it's pretty dang good. So you can use this as a remote camera, and like we just did, you can switch back and forth whichever you want. And I'll also, if you'll notice, we are using the same audio, so it doesn't sound like it's jumping around. You can switch it to where it's separate audio channels, but I don't like that. I like to have it from the same audio. Here is from the camera on the computer. Here is from the camera that we're using. We'll disconnect that, and now the phone's disconnected. You can also share screens. You can, like if you want to show a web page or something, you can do all that stuff. So that's where all kind of the fancy stuff comes from with the live stream. So there you go. That's it. I mean, it seems like a lot, but it's not. It's literally the laptop and the software. Hook it up to the camera, turn on the lights. Once you get it set up, it's not that big a deal. You could use this software with your cell phone like we just did, with an iPad. You could use any kind of lights that you want. If you don't have the money to get all the lights, sit next to a window. Natural light is the best diffused light. Cloudy day next to a window, great way. But you can't schedule that. So that's why we have lights. But lights and audio, to me, 100% the most important thing. There you go, man. Thanks for hanging out. Now you know what our live streaming setup is. We're going to do another kind of the same thing. It's a desk tour, but it's going to be a desk tour of Leslie's desk. But her live streaming setup for work, for like Zoom meetings and stuff, is phenomenally cool. And so we're going to share that with you. So if you're interested in that, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and the like button. Share this with your friends, anybody who live streams. There you go. We'll see you in the next video.